everyone, welcome back to One Piece. This is episodes 933, 934, 935, and 936. Last episode, we were in the prison, and we found out that Hyogoro the Flower was actually, like, the old man was an ex-Yakuza guy, very well respected. Like, when I was editing it, I re-saw, like, how the first scene that reveals Hyogoro the Flower, that really is kind of supposed to be, like, the reveal, it feels like. Whereas, like, later, when I see it, like, when he says straight up, I'm Hyogoro the Flower, that's when I realized the reveal. So it's like, I didn't get the reveal until a whole episode later than I was supposed to, but I got it eventually. It doesn't matter. Like, sometimes you gotta spell it out for dumbasses like me, but still, it was a pretty cool reveal. I liked it. I like him a lot. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about him initially, because I was like, okay, yeah, there's just like a weird old man that Luffy's protecting. It's like, I was like, yeah, it's nice, but I don't think I care about him. I just care about what Luffy is doing for him. You know what I mean? But now I actually kind of care about him because it seems like he's a very stand-up guy, and probably, you know, being in the Yakuza, even if you're like the kind guy in the Yakuza, you're probably kind of, I mean, in your heyday, you're probably kind of raw. So that's what I'm, you know, I hope we see a little bit of that come out of him, just the tiniest bit. But we'll see. So yeah, I can't wait to jump into these episodes. Let's see how the progresses, because I don't know how much progress we're gonna make at this point in the story. You know, like, I'm kind of feeling like this might be, we're still in the section of the show that's a little slower, and it's gonna start to pick up speed, you know, in 50 to 100 episodes time. Like, that's what I'm kind of expecting. But we'll see, you know, like, I really don't know. So make sure to support this video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. All of that stuff helps me out a ton. I'm a small channel, so every little bit that you can do helps me out. Liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing, and go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction and early access. You can get the next 20 or so episodes on my Patreon account right now, which means you'll be in episodes like 956 or so on my Patreon account right now, if it's going the same rate as it is right now. So in fact, actually, is that right? Or would you even be a little bit further than that? You would be maybe like 960 something at this point, if you're not a YouTube member. Speaking of that, you can also join my YouTube membership down below. It's not just subscribing, it's joining a membership. And if you do that, you get 1 week early on edited videos. So there's lots of good stuff that you can do to support me, or you can just watch the videos for free and just support the videos with likes and comments. That helps me out a lot as well. And I do not, you know, I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate when people leave comments, so please make sure to do that. But yeah, let's jump into this. This is episode 933 of One Piece. Woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. If you are new to this channel, this is the recap Rubik's Cube. It's the Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and the goal is to beat the recap. And that's the cube complete just in time. This episode is going to be called Zoro's new collection. Zoro steals swords. Oh, I completely forgot about the big mum sub. Aww. She's getting Big Mom hyped. I mean, these two bonding is kind of cute. Mostly because Tama's really cute. That's a little freaky. Yeah, it's scary. Just having her as a wild card is terrifying. That's true. You're actually delivering a warlord to Luffy. Oh, Chopper. That's a hard thing to come across. Okay, well there is red bean soup there. You'll be good. That's the shot from the mid card that they never change. I love the random women. I gotta keep praising Oda on it because I've been telling him to do that the entire series. Telling him. He's been listening to me. I've been emailing with him. Oh! Yes! It's not strong enough yet. You're trying to do that thing that Rayleigh was doing. Yeah, that's interesting. It's cool that Oda set that up. Wow. Wearing yourself down. Yeah. It makes sense. It's a good strategy to beat Luffy. It's pretty lucky that it's red bean soup that specifically he has a lot of. The gifters, those are the ones that were given powers, right? Yeah, there's Batman. Wow, it actually straight up says Batman with no apostrophe in the art. Is it just those two? Okay, so Gazelle Man and Batman. Yeah, you already fought him once. At least they've given this battle an extra intrigue of like, we're seeing if Luffy can pull off this move he's trying. So it's making these otherwise slightly uninteresting battles interesting. He's so focused. Oh! Oh, his legs are fucked. Nice, that's so cool. Snap it. Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. Awesome. Ah, that smile. Oh, let's see. Oh, he's so hard on himself, but that's good. Invisible armor, invisible armor. Yeah, picture Kaido. Okay. Whoa! Is this it? Oh, it seems pretty powerful, but I couldn't tell if that was just an extra strong punch or if that was actually the technique. I thought it would have had like an extra sound effect if it was the actual technique. Yeah, I thought that might not have been it. This is honestly really good training for him. Okay, back to the Zoro fight. He sure did. He beat Ryuma in a fight. Well, Ryuma with Brook's techniques. I mean, it is a crazy thing to say. Hey, how about we stop fighting and I'll explain it to you? Ryuma entrusted that sword to Zoro. Land of gold. Huh. Did Ryuma fight for them? Yeah, made them scared of Wano Samurai. I mean, I understand. But Ryuma gave it to me. Like, he straight up was the one to give it to me. I understand, but I don't care. Oh yeah. What? Who's this? Is that Komurasaki? There's no way. Oh, Zoro got distracted by a woman calling for help. And Toko? Huh? Is that Komurasaki? What the fuck is going on? Whoa. Oh my god. Zoro's gonna jump in and stop it. Oh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my god, he's got like a full scythe. Unguarded! What a dick. If he had 3 swords, you guys would be dead. Oh. Oh god. Oh my god, his voice. Something about this guy reminds me of Ending from MHA. Yeah, he looks like Ending quite a bit. A wanted person. That's it? A wanted person? Okay. Hitokiri Kamazo. I think we've seen that name before, but I can't go back through my things right now. Aww. I think she's nervous. Yeah. That's true. What is how is this happening? I love when it focuses on his earrings. Oh, so cool. That's all he needs. Oh, that's so dope. Finally, I'm like fully invested in the Zoro storyline in this arc. Oh shit. Oh my god. He's like the top guy in Hunter x Hunter. I keep comparing him to every other anime in existence. Oh. Wow, the cool moves. Oh, the animation's crazy. Whoa! That's awesome! Oh, this fight looks great. Oh my god! Oh. Oh shit. Yeah, the music. Yeah, the music. That goofy smile. Aww! Oh, I really liked that episode. I liked the Zoro stuff in that episode is so good. It's picking up. It's picking up this part. Like both the Luffy stuff and the Zoro stuff are both way more interesting now. Like the Zoro like fighting the collection guy, I was like, I don't really care too much about that fight necessarily, because it's like he's just fighting to get back his sword that he already had, you know, and also like the guy he was fighting didn't seem particularly interesting necessarily, so like I wasn't super connected to that originally. And the Luffy stuff, I was like, he's fighting a bunch of grunts, like, oh, I don't know if I'll care about that. But now it's like the Luffy stuff isn't about the fight, it's about the technique. And if Luffy unlocks a technique, it's gonna be really hype and cool, you know? It reminds me of like, in Amazon Lily, when it's like, it's about if Luffy's gonna use Haki and stuff or not, you know? Like where back when we didn't know much about Haki, it was like a really special thing to see if he could actually use, you know, the Supreme King. So there was, you know, that is really cool now, because I'm watching Luffy and seeing if he's going to use the technique. And the Zoro fight is really cool because, one, the enemy he's fighting is kind of cool. Well, he's okay, but it's like the what's making him cool is they're animating the shit out of it. It looks really cool in the animation. And he's like defending, I guess, Komurasaki, and Toko, which I care about those characters. And there's like the mystery of like, what the fuck happened to her? You know, I thought she was dead. So, and also, and like, why is she here with Toko? Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on there. So like, they made both of the storylines that I wasn't as interested in more interesting. I feel like the Big Mom stuff is still like bursting with potential, but it's not there yet for me. Like, I haven't connected with that yet, because, as I said, I feel like they've kind of made Big Mom less of an interesting character by taking away her memories and just so that she's actually just dumber. So because I want to see, I want to see the character actually kind of being either terrifying again, or we don't need to see her necessarily, I feel like. So we'll see, but I really like it. All right, well, hang on, I'll keep talking, but I have to pause real quick. Okay, sorry about that, had to reply to an important message. So what I really am liking is like, so that move that fucking Rayleigh does, right? Where he puts his palm on the person and there's a pew, and then they like go flying back, right? So that has been a technique that Oda showed off really early in Haki, and has not yet been explored, as like Luffy's exploring it now. And yet, for me, I didn't even think about it, and I'll tell you why. Because of my own misconstruing of information that people had already corrected me on, and yet still in my head, I hadn't put it together. Because in my head, what I knew was in Skypiea, they had teased Haki, okay? And in Skypiea, so like in Skypiea, they had, what was it called? What did they call it? Mantra, which ended up, as we found out later, being observation Haki. That's what it was, but they called it mantra. So like Skypiea, in my head, I was like, okay, in Skypiea they teased Haki already. Like they already showed off characters using Haki, but we didn't know what it was at that time, right? So I also conflated that with images in my head of characters like Satori putting his hand on someone, on their face, and then it going pling and shooting their head back, right? So in my head, I conflated those two facts. Satori doing that, and us knowing that there was Haki and Skypiea. And so seeing Rayleigh doing that to something made me think, oh, well, yeah, he's using the Haki that Satori was using. But that's not the case. Because people, I think I've said that before, and people were like, no, I think you forgot that it was the dials that was the bling thing, right? They were using the impact dials. So whenever they were doing that, it's just because they had a dial on their hand and they were sending out the force. So that wasn't Haki, that was purely dials. That's something that Usopp can do. So what Rayleigh did is like, I imagine a much more powerful version of that. Like, it's like having, I don't know, I'm gonna say it might be like having a reject dial with your haki, but without the backlash, maybe, you know? Although I guess the thing about a reject dial is you can like take in a hit as well, and that this haki doesn't necessarily do that. Anyway, the point is, in my head I was like, well, that's what he was doing, and now like I'm kind of putting it together, like I knew that wasn't what he was doing, but I didn't even think about, well, then what is he doing? And now the show's actually addressing that. The first example we see of haki in our lesson about haki is something that Rayleigh never ended up fully teaching Luffy. So now Luffy's trying to figure it out. I mean, like, Rayleigh was a really good teacher. I think he knows that's a really high level technique. If I just show it to him, he's eventually going to figure it out, you know? Because Luffy is great at figuring shit out on his own. Like, I mean, he figured out second gear, like, all on his own. And that, you know, that was kind of inspired by Shave, right? Like, he watched them do Shave. He was like, that's crazy. Can I do something like that? And he figured something out. So Luffy, like, Luffy's really good at like watching people and learning from them and figuring it out himself after that. And so now we're watching him figure out a high level haki move. I wonder if they're gonna like name this move, or if like if there's a name for it in haki already, or if Luffy's just gonna name it, you know, Gum Gum. I don't know. I can't think of anything. But Gum Gum Shotgun, you know, like something that's like close range. But yeah, anyway, it's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how they do this. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk about, honestly. I think we're just gonna move right along to the next episode. This is episode 934 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's, here we go. And that's a cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called a special move. Luffy masters the, and then the name of some special move. Oh, the jacket slowly falling. His jacket falling. Maybe Zoro's gonna learn 3 scythe style. Oh. I like that there's still some good animation here. They're not strong enough. Queen, fight me. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I mean, I'll fight the warden, I guess, you know? The voice actor's very funny. Okay. Oh my god. Bear Man, I guess? Yep, Bear Man. Oh my god! I was thinking he looked like just a straight up bear rather than a person, but there you go. He's like wearing a bear costume. Well, maybe part of its costume, part of its power. That's okay. Okay, good test. Because Kaido's body's tough. Yeah, exactly. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, he did hit him there, but looks like we're getting some new effects. Or I mean, maybe he just That's true, but maybe he like hit the costume and hurt the guy inside of it without even hitting him, you know? I like how quickly Luffy beat him. I think that's really cool. Instead of dragging that fight out. Mm-hmm. Shit, man, this is bad. This is really bad. Man, Hawkins and Diaz are having trouble getting along. Oh, everyone weeping about Komurasaki. To stop Orochi? Did he like pretend to kill her so that Orochi wouldn't kill her? I don't know, man. We're gonna pan down and see a tattoo on Kyoshiro's ankle. Oh my god. Oh my god, this voice actor. After he was trying to kill her. Oh, that's a cool animation. So cool. Yeah, them knowing about the plan makes it very difficult. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Law? Was that Law and Shinobu were arguing? Oh. Law wants to save his crew. Damn. Yeah, I trust Beppo. I love Beppo. Oh yeah? What if I was dressed as Germa? Why does Sanji look like that? Did Nami do that? She is pretty scary. Yeah, it's important. I get why she's so gung-ho about it. She's like, I don't know these motherfuckers and they could jeopardize the plan. Yeah, don't come in here and screw it all up for us. That's true. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you want the advantages from us, you need to also take the disadvantages we provide. Especially Nami's voice. Agreed. Agreed! Aww. Usopp's face. Just a quick hey. I mean, it'll start on the Fire Festival day. Back to the Zoro fight. Cool. I like that whenever it cuts back here, the animation like steps up. Whoa, cool. Oh, sick. This guy's waiting impatiently. He's, there's an opportunity. Unguarded. Shit, man. Oh! Jesus! Holy shit! Oh, that smile. Oh, you're stuck now, baby. He's like flexing his muscles around it to hold it. You're down to one weapon. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's what he's... I did the 3 scythe style joke. But he's actually gonna... He's actually gonna use the scythe as a 3rd sword? That's awesome! Oh my god. The angel of death, motherfucker. Purgatory. Oh shit, look at the animation! Whoa! Oh! That's sick, man! That's so sick. That's great. I don't think he purposefully got stabbed, but he definitely made the most of it. Is he gonna think maybe I'm worthy of Shisui? Oh. You need that food and that sake. But you need Shisui! Wait, Shisui? No. Shisui's a character in Apothecary Diaries. What's it called? What's the sword called? Is it Shirui, maybe? Oh, Shusui. Shusui is the name of the sword. Shisui is a character in Apothecary Diaries, and I was watching it last night, so I got those names conflated while I was getting very hyped. Anyway, awesome episode. I mean, especially the ending to that episode was fucking dope. The animation was so good there, and like just the all the colors on Zoro's Purgatory Onigiri move was sick. And yeah, I mean, I love that they often show how badass Zoro is by like him just almost dying a lot, you know, like they will show him taking what would be a fatal wound to someone else and he fights through it. And so this is like, that's a really horrifying like slash into his chest, and then he gets hit by it. I don't think purposefully. I think it truly was he was caught off guard because he's attacked, you know, like generally swordsmen don't, you know, attack someone else in the back while they're doing another duel, you know, like that's a shameful act. So he's generally not used to someone doing that. And it, you know, it throws him off his game when he's like kind of having a even-ish match with this other guy, and then someone tries to attack him from behind, he gets thrown off guard by that. So I don't think he meant to be stabbed. He was probably looking for another solution, but when he got stabbed, he was like, well, fuck it. Like, you just gave me a win. It's a win that I would have preferred to win this without a scratch, but like, fuck it, you know, at least since you've done this, I might as well just take the buff, keep the weapon, and use 3 sword style with a fucking scythe in my mouth. Insane. Like, I mean, 3 sword style is already crazy. Like, having the 3rd weapon be a scythe is insane. Absolutely insane. I like, in the Luffy bits, he's still doing the fights. He fought against Bearman. They introduced Bearman. I wondered, you know, okay, so, like, what kind of fight is this going to be? How long is this going to go on or whatever? He entered it very quickly, and I really appreciate that. Like, I like when this show is, like, you know, introduce a character you don't care that much about, you know, get with it, like, get through their gimmick, do their gimmick thing, and then immediately get rid of them to, 1, show how strong Luffy is, and 2, to move forward with the story, you know? But it's still doing its job of like showing Luffy beating a lot of enemies and showing the enemies getting stronger each time. It's still, you know, doing its purpose. So if the thing that Luffy struggles with later is like stamina, it still makes sense why he'd be struggling with stamina, because he is doing a lot of fights. But at the same time, we as an audience don't have to feel like our stamina is being drained, because they get through it quickly. So So I really appreciate that. I think that's very cool. And we got like a new effect on his fist, even though it didn't quite do what Luffy wanted it to do. It's still, I mean, he's getting stronger. I'm very excited. I think this is very cool. It sucks that they know about the moon tattoo and our meeting place and everything. Like, they know the whole plan, which, well, not the whole plan, but they know like a good portion of the plan, which is not good. Because now they're like actually trying to counter it, and also like really defeats a lot of the surprise part of the plan. Now that they know that there's going to be a rebellion on that night, and they know where the rebellion's supposed to meet. That sucks, you know. But regardless, we're still confident it could work, and I'm sure. You know, they can't catch all the samurai, the secret samurai or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. I think all of this is very exciting because whenever the Fire Festival does actually start, there's so much hair. I'm shedding so much hair lately. Whenever the Fire Festival does start, it's going to be exciting, I think. Like, there's just a lot of cool shit that they could be setting up. Yeah. Are we that's all I wanted to talk about? Law wants to save his crew. I like it, how much trust and love he has in his crew. That's just amazing. But yeah, let's jump into the next episode, 935 of One Piece. Here we go. Oh! What the fuck? New intro. I won't fully look at the visuals. Oh. Okay, I like the song so far. Yep, I think I like it. Ooh. Dreamin' On is what the song's called. Oh. Yeah, the chorus is good. What does it remind me of? It reminds me a lot of a certain song and I can't think of what it is. Oh, is it longer again? I feel like they shortened the OPs a little bit at some point, and now they might be back to the original length. By the original length, I mean the original lengthened length. 2 minutes 30 or whatever, right? Great. That was good. That's a good OP. I like it. Recap Rubik's. Here we go. The previous OP was so good, so I thought it'd be sad to switch it up, but that OP seems like a good replacement. Okay, that's how far I got in the cube. This episode is gonna be called the crazy prison break. Big Mom arrives or something. I don't want to face Alpaca Man. Oh, actually, I do want you to beat him in one punch. One punch! Oh God. Is this an armadillo? What is he? Madillo Man, yeah. Well, that's another like tough body to test on. Yeah. Oh shit. That's actually kind of dangerous. Oh? Are you putting some respect on our name, Queen? No, you probably want to end it fast, dude. Don't start with him! Crouch down, yep, and jump. Nice! Oh my gosh! Great job, Luffy. Luffy gave him like instructions like Katakuri would. Just saw the future. Yeah, he learned from Katakuri. The movements. I think, yeah, he's straight up using Katakuri observation. Oh my god, Haki infused spit. I don't like it. How many sea prison bullets do you have? Can you do that? Can you just deflect a sea prison bullet? Oh my god. Whoa, he's gone into defense mode. He's Wrecking Ball from Overwatch. Or a Droideka in Star Wars. Nice. But didn't do it. Yep. Oh, he tried. Yeah, he tried. He tried to stop beforehand. Poor Yogoro. Nice. Don't apologize, Luffy likes it. Now, Luffy's stronger when he's saving people. Rasetsu Prison. Oh, this guy. I guess it makes sense there's more prisons than just the Odin. Not Odin. What, Udon one. Damn, man. I mean, genuinely, some people may have just done it for fashion. There's Beppo and the gang. He has so many bullets in that gun, it's insane. Where's the extra dimensional space of that? There's like hammer space or whatever in that gun. Oh my god, oh my god. That's kind of a cool move. I don't like that it includes spitting, but it's kind of cool. Oh! You put more into it, Luffy. You gonna take down Kaido like that, you weakling? Exactly! These guys have to be child's play for you before you can even have a chance at beating Kaido. No, my man. I'm afraid not. He's got lofty goals. What if Yogoro is like a Haki master? He's just old, but... Mm-hmm. Are we going back to Zoro? Northern Graveyard and Ringo. Is this Zoro? Is this the food and sake he was promised or whatever? Yeah. He's... Yeah, he doesn't have his sword. That would scare the shit out of you. Him just jumping up and yelling, Katana! I'm trying to get a read on her. Oh my god. Well then don't leave. I'll keep pulling at your wound. I mean, until he learns, you have to keep pulling at the wound. This is a fun dynamic. Oh, Usopp's toad oil. Zoro's just gonna pretend that it worked so we can leave. Oh, was her hand shaking because she was a bit scared? She was like, if you leave us, I'm gonna be scared. Yeah, you need food. She's in such a good mood. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the deal is with her. Like, is it Komurasaki? I mean, she's got the same hair. And she cares about Toko. Yukimaru? Is that the name of the food? Oh. No. Oh, Gyukimaru is the guy who is fighting. Give me the answer. She just seems a lot softer, doesn't she? Komurasaki right now? Like naturally softer. Otoko. Yeah. He doesn't have much of a sense of humor. He kind of does look like a bad person. Yeah. Aww. Your older brother? Wait. Oh. Is it... What's his name? Momonosuke? Did I already, speculate this? I think I may have, right? When they said that... Momonosuke. There you go. There you go. I think I speculated this, right? Hiyori, baby! Alright! Maybe I'm just giving myself credit for something that I didn't say, but I'm pretty sure I said when they said that Hiyori was still alive, I was like, well, it makes sense if they're gonna do a twist and it's someone we know, and Komurasaki looks like she could be around the right age, so maybe that's her. So okay, I guess my thoughts are about like Komurasaki and like. So firstly, why isn't she dead? Is she not dead because Kyoshiro, is that his name? I think so. I can't see it in my notes right away, but like Kyoshiro, the guy who slayed her, he like, is it that he didn't kill her on purpose? You know, like was pretending to kill her and actually allowing her to escape because Orochi would otherwise have killed her. Like, I can kind of see a twist coming where Kyoshiro is one of the samurai. That's why I made a joke earlier about, like, it pans down and shows that he's got the tattoo. Because genuinely, I think that would be, like, a decent twist if, like, Kyoshiro actually the entire time is part of our rebellion. Because we haven't got a great read on him yet. And so I could see him being like, shit, this is a bad situation. Why don't I take the blame for killing her? Actually let her escape. In the same way that, like, in Arlong Park, Nami stabs Usopp. And in fact, she actually stabs her own hand to let Usopp get away. So that, like, because otherwise, if it was just left to Arlong or whatever, Arlong would have just killed Usopp and that would have been it. So, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or it could be the possibility that, like, Komurasaki was actually well, this theory may not work. My thought was, like, maybe they were sisters. Like, maybe there are two of them and one is Hiyori and one is Komurasaki, and Komurasaki died, but Hiyori is, like, her twin sister or whatever. But then I just realized, like, we know Hiyori, like, we saw her in the flashback or whatever. They haven't, like, I feel like Momonosuke said, I have a sister, not I have two sisters that are twins. I feel like he wouldn't have just mentioned one of the sisters. So I don't think that holds up, that theory. But the reason I thought of that theory was because Komurasaki in these episodes is being very genuine, it feels like. Like, she's... The version of Komurasaki that we were seeing seemed like either she's playing someone and being so like, oh, you're so mean. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this, but I'll try my hardest. Oh, I love you so much. Like that sort of person. Or she's very hardened and seems like she, is very firm in her beliefs, and like it seems like those were the two sides of her coin. In this episode, though, it didn't feel like she's playing Zoro. Because I don't feel like I would know why she would be doing that. I guess to manipulate him into helping them, but I don't see that happening. So I don't know if she's playing helpless. I feel like this is just her. But she's, just being a very reasonable very reasonable and kind of timid woman here. So that's why, because she was acting a little differently than I had expected Komurasaki to act. But my justification for that, if I had to have one, is Komurasaki, while in the capital, is on edge. Like, she, in those situations, it's like you have to either be playing into your job fully, or like playing or being firm fully so that people take you seriously, so that people don't mistake you for being weak. And so like that could be why she kind of acts different in the capital than she is right now. This is like more who she really is, and she has two personas that she has to switch between when times need it. So then I think back to the flashback we saw from that guy's perspective of her like scamming that guy out of all of his money and then, dropping him. Where it's like, he was a bad guy, but I had said that, like, he didn't deserve that much happening to him. But I wonder if it's like, if she had even more of a reason to do that, and like, now we're going to get to know her more, and we're going to hear her side of the story at some point. Like, she might have really fucked over someone that mattered to her a lot or something. Or maybe she just was, like, she had a dark period where she was like kind of a bitch, but now she's improving again. I don't know. Regardless, I'm interested. I'm very interested. I'm glad she's still in the show because I liked Komurasaki a lot. I think, like, okay, if we're using Gent's law, which if you don't remember or don't know, this is Gent's law. The impact of a character's death must be greater than said character's accumulated value if they were to remain alive for the rest of the series. So, essentially, if Komurasaki was to die in that banquet, right? Does it pass Gent's law? In my opinion, yes. Her death in that situation moves the story along in a really interesting way, adds stakes to the arc, and I feel like if that character died then and there, and there was like no other gimmicks to that character, there was no more reveals to her or anything, I think she still would have served a purpose in the story, and we would have gotten quite a lot out of her having existed as a character. And like, what would her accumulated value be like for the rest of the series? Be more than that? Maybe, but like, at the time when that happened, I would have said probably not, right? So I think at the time that death did pass Gent's law. It was a valuable death in the series. However, now that she's not dead, we're actually going to see what her accumulated value will be depending on what happens next. And I feel like Oda could cook with it, and we will find out retroactively that that in fact it was good that they didn't kill her, because we may get some really cool shit out of her still being alive. I do love her relationship with Toko, though. I love that she's protecting Toko. I love Toko a lot. Like, what a great character. Because it's really easy to simultaneously, like, see how she causes trouble, but also understand that it's fully not her fault. Like, it's a really good thing where it's like, sometimes you'll have a kid that causes trouble or whatever, and it's because of the kid's dumb decisions or whatever. Toko's causing trouble because she laughs. Like, she's expressing, whether it's joy or not, doesn't matter. She's expressing what people would perceive as joy, which should never be something you're, like, mad at a kid for, really. Or, I'm not going to say never, there's probably exceptions, but, like, for the most part, like, she's a kid, there's definitely never anything you should kill a kid for, which is what Orochi was going to do. And so, yeah, and, like, on top of that, she's, like, a good combination between really weird and also cute. And I think that's a fun, like, you already have Tama, who's just like pure cute, you know? Like, we already have that filled in. And then now we get to have Toko, which is like weird cute. And Oda is good at weird X. Like, if you want to pair weird with anything, weird honorable, weird cute, weird funny, weird all of this other stuff, you know? Like Franky is like weird cool, you know? Like there's a lot of characters in this show that are like weird cool. Like Franky's a good example of like weird cool, you know? Even Brooke is like weird funny / weird honorable, you know? There's a ton. I mean, Hero Look is like weird and heartbreaking and heart wrenching, you know? So like it is tough, I think, to the perfect example is Jaguar de Sol, right? That guy is the perfect example. He's really weird, and yet he's like an absolute G. He's someone who like you respect so much. I mean, his whole thing is going, Dada she, Dada she. Like, that's a really, really weird character. And yet, you're, like, crying about him, you know? Because Oda's so good at that. I love it. Alright, anything else that I want to talk about in this episode? Because I kind of got to go. I have to go pick someone up. I don't think so. No, I think we're good to move on. So, time to go to the next episode. This is episode 936 of One Piece. Here we go. Recap Rubik's. Here we go. Alright, that was a very short recap. That's how far I got in the cube. This episode is going to be called the true story, Hiyori's path for the last 20 years or something. Yeah. Yep, he is. Interesting logic. It makes sense, I guess. That also makes sense. Yep, he's all cool. Kikunojo? Oh, Kiku. Uh-huh. Oh, I thought he was going to talk about Kiku. Who's the kid? Oh. Aww. They're so cute. Aww. That's so sweet. So she did have that color hair back then. I thought... So they were just like covering up what she looked like back then. I thought she had dark hair and she like colored it to hide herself. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to be told at 6 years old. Hey, they'll come back in 20 years. That's almost 4 times as long as you've lived. Kawamatsu the Kappa. Huh. Damn. Did you warn her beforehand so she could take a deep breath in, or did you just jump in? They're hiding his face. What does he look like? His voice sounds familiar. Aww. Wait a second, what was the guy in prison? Yeah, Kawamatsu was the one in prison, right? Okay, that's how we know him. He's an udon. There we go. I would have, if I waited, I would have figured out who he is anyway. We got some good warriors. We're a bit split up right now. That's a funny face. Oh, she's just holding back the tears. True. Komatsu, Denjiro, and Ashura Dojo, right. So we don't know who Denjiro is yet, I don't think. Although sometimes it's kind of hard to remember which character's which. That's true. You need to heal up. She's gonna be laughing the whole time he's trying to sleep. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And she's so loud. Oh my god, he's gonna scream at her. Although he's generally somewhat patient. So far he's very patient. Yeah, he's normally pretty patient with people, I gotta say. Unless they're like his crew. Like if it's Sanji, he'd yell. Aww. Cute. I thought Toko was gonna be like Sanji's little sister figure, you know? But now, she's just everyone's little sister, I guess. Oh, that's nice. Oh shit, back to this! Okay. Yep, that's what Zoro's master talked about, right? Uh-huh. Whoa! Yes! I've been hoping to see something like this. Let's see. Gonna use Luffy's observation haki to his advantage. No, don't cut away. I want to stay on the. Hey, don't badmouth Nami's friend in front of her. Yeah, of course you wouldn't, Usopp. That's also true. That's what I was saying though. When I talked about in a previous video who would give up the information. Bungo. Oh. Bungo, an arsonist, yep. Was it like fire insurance? Why? Ah, so they had to rebuild it so he got money. Bongo. And this is the, yeah. Bingo. Yeah, that's right. He's the debt collector guy. So Komurasaki drove them out of town, right? Okay, so they are recontextualizing it. She was specifically targeting them to fuck them over because they sucked by the sounds of it. Mm-hmm. What? Is Hiyori sleeping with Zoro? I mean, you gotta get body warmth. But oh my gosh. The woman known as like the most beautiful woman in the land just like climbs in bed with you. And Zoro is someone who's not gonna care about it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I really wanted to see this. Whoa. Oh. Whoa, awesome. Jesus. I was hoping Hyo would have some haki technique. This is great. Yeah, okay. So I mean, you know who he is, but you were like, he seems like he's too weak for this. Are you gonna teach him? Yeah. Luffy's gonna be so keen about that. Awesome. I'm really glad about that. I had said I want to see like some of, you know, Hyo's old badassery come out a little bit, because I expected it had to be there for him to be like that high up and that well respected. And so I was hoping to see just a little bit of it, and we saw it. We got to see it. It was great. And I do like that he still has to ask Luffy, like, hey, can you tell me what he's about to do? Like, I need to know this so I can predict this. Like, it's like, I'm not in top form, but I can still, like, use this technique. So just help me with the protecting myself so I don't die, and then I'll show you the technique. It's really cool. You know, it's like if you were what's an analogy I could use? If you're like a basketball player, and you can like, you know, you were an incredible, one of the best basketball players or whatever, you might still be able to, even when you're old, like you might still be able to shoot a free throw, you know, and you might be able to shoot it at a crazy rate, or even like just shoot at all, like shoot 3-pointers or whatever. But it's the running up and down the court and the defense and all the other stuff that takes, you know, a toll on your body, or like the speed to be able to process the game in you know, in real time, to be able to like actually process what to do and where to pass it and all of that. That's what might slow down when you get older. So so it feels like it's that, where it's like, you know, maybe in his prime he could take these guys out no fucking problem with no help at all, and it will be fine. But right now it's like it helps to have Luffy there to help out a bit, so that he can just focus on just using the technique. Yeah, I liked seeing that a lot. I'm having this weird thing right now where I'm trying to figure out, I thought I saw like a weird thing in my vision, and whenever I have that, I spend the next like 15-20 minutes like double checking my vision to make sure that I can see everything right, and I can. But now I'm like paranoid, and when you're paranoid, it never tends to be good. So yeah, we saw in this episode Bungo, Bongo, and Bingo, the arsonist, the lumber guy, and the priest, and how they were like running this big scam that kind of sucked for the town and sucked for everyone, and they were paying off officials so that nobody could catch them on it. And seems like they were really like ruining people's lives. So then Komurasaki comes in, manipulates them, gets all their money, and then that's what can get them kicked out. So, like, you know, I had talked about like the emotional manipulation of Komurasaki and how she probably sucks because of that. You know, like even though Bingo seems like a bad guy, like, you know, that seems like a selfish thing that she did. But now, like, seeing it in the perspective of like, they were like those three were specifically like horrible for the town and horrible for the people, and that you couldn't get rid of them through other means. You couldn't like have the officials get rid of them. So she did it in the only way that she could, you know? And so like seeing that now makes, you know, the way she's acting with Zoro make even more sense to me, you know? Like that feels like she truly is just like a somewhat caring person. So that's cool. That's good to know. I'm enjoying learning more about her. I love Toko. I love seeing like Toko's relationship with everyone. Like even just her like going and sleeping on Zoro is very cute. It's amazing. Toko's so good. And I don't think we've seen Denjiro, right? We've seen Asura Dojo, I believe, is the sort of large guy with pink hair, right? That we tried to recruit back or whatever, and he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So there was that guy, and then we've seen kind of Kawamatsu the Kappa. We've seen like his silhouette, and he's talked to Raizo and stuff. So like we know of him, but I don't think we know much, if anything, about Denjiro, which is interesting. Can I say at this point, I keep like having this go through my mind for a second, but we're like somewhat decently into the arc and I have not heard tell of Yamato in the slightest. And that's a character that I know exists in this arc at some point. And yet I thought they would be introduced very early in the arc. I guess not. I guess we'll see like when that ends up happening, and I wonder how they're gonna fit into the story at all. Because I was thinking like when they were listing the samurai, I was like, oh, maybe Yamato is like one of the samurai or something, but like when they were listing the 9, but I guess not. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Like I don't know a crazy amount about this arc, but I do know of Gear 5 and I do know about Yamato. And neither of those two things have happened. I know that Gear 5 is going to be like at the end, probably in the battle with Kaido. Speaking of, anything that hit on our bingo card? Sanji meets another woman who likes her back. No, Sanji wasn't even in this episode. For some reason I thought maybe that'd hit. Still none of that. Usopp hasn't lied to a thing yet. No. Big Mom hasn't fought Kaido. Brook hasn't seen panties. No one's failed to seduce Luffy. No. Jinbei's not in this right at all yet. New character. We haven't seen Kaido's backstory. Brook hasn't sung. No Gold Roger Law. No Straw Hats have lost a limb. Zoro got like stabbed in the chest, but he didn't lose a limb. No Unicorn Devil Fruit. Zoro was getting drunk in this episode. I did keep thinking in my head, like, I wonder if, like, you know, is he gonna get drunk and because he's getting drunk in this, like, he like falls asleep during, like, if Hiyori was telling her story and then like it cut back and Zoro was like asleep with the sake in his hand, I would have ticked off the Zoro gets drunk at a bad time bingo, but that didn't happen. Kaido's crew betrays him. Should I just put speed in there? I feel like maybe I should. Like, I've thought about it enough. Every time I come across it, I feel a little disappointed that it's not marked off. I'm probably not going to get that many more checks on this bingo card, I feel like. So we're just gonna do it. Hold on. Okay, so bingo card. Update it now. There we go. So like I didn't want to like I didn't want to do it initially because I was like unsure, but it's been weighing on me. Like every time I look at the bingo card, I keep seeing that mark and keep going like, but in my head it's like a half point for speed, and like all I want is to get that thought out of my head. So I'm marking it off. It doesn't matter. It's a stupid fucking bingo card game. It will work. It's fine. Also, I could have told you guys, like I could have asked you guys, oh, do you think it counts? You know, I was thinking about doing that, is like letting you guys decide whether or not it counts, but I don't want to do that because you motherfuckers have probably seen the arc already. And the reason that that would like influence the vote to me is if there was a moment later in the season that undoubtedly has Kaido being betrayed by a crew member, like a huge moment, then people would be more likely to say, no, the speed one doesn't count. The speed one's not enough. People would be more likely to do that because they would be like, but you're gonna get it soon. You know, you might not say that, but it would happen. And I just feel like I'm gonna get contact spoilers, you know, like, you know, intentional spoilers from the way that people respond to the question, and I don't want that. So that is why I'm just deciding, bam, that speed matters. If it happens even bigger later on, maybe I just replace the picture of Speed with the picture of whoever else betrays Kaido. But for now, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's the bingo card. Now, guess what we do now? It's the end of the video, which means we get to watch another One Piece song. Are we still doing weird ones? Because there was like, we just did some really weird ones. We did like for the Foxy one and the Eneru one. Are we on to like a more normal one? Franky today. Okay, that's like more normal, I would say. Like I feel like this is a required viewing. So let's jump into the Franky One Piece song. Here we go. Oh my god. Yeah, it being metal makes sense to me. Cola. It's really funny. I feel like this could be in the show. Because, I mean, we hear Franky sing in the song sometimes, in the show sometimes. Ah, nice. Incorporated Water 7 into it. It's funny, like, I wouldn't call him a good singer, but his voice is, like, addictive. Like, he's just got an entertaining voice. And it's not, like, really bad. It's just entertaining. Cola, cola. In your cola, cola. Shop, 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 shop. It's such a weird song. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can't do a song like this without a sick guitar solo. Oh, I like this part of the song. I like them stripping the instrumental back a bit. Nice. Cool. Well, that was a weird song, but it was, I mean, it was fun. It was enjoyable. His voice actor is just great. His voice actor is very entertaining. And yeah, I mean, I liked the guitar in the song a lot. I liked the guitar solo that was in the bridge, and it was good. It was a good song. Nothing. I'm never gonna remember it ever again. I'm never gonna think about that song in the rest of my life. But it was fun to watch. I can't wait for next video. Next video, we're doing a Robin song called "I Wanna Be Alive." I'm so excited for that. Like, holy shit, that sounds amazing. Because I feel like I haven't heard Robin's voice actor sing that much. Like, I feel like I've heard Nami's an alright amount at this point. Although, excuse me. Although I'll never say no to a Nami. Like, if all of these were Nami songs, I would very happily listen to them all. But I just feel like Robin, like, I don't get to hear that much, and I would love to hear her voice actor sing. And I Want to Be Alive sounds like a perfect song for Robin, and like I want to read the lyrics. I want to see if it gets me emotional, like you know, obviously that Robin moment of her saying "I want to live" gets me emotional, you know. So we'll see. Anyway, that's One Piece episodes 933 to 936. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support me by liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, early access, and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.